So we're taught to move around obstacles, to overcome them, to outgrow them, to move past them as quickly as possible. But sometimes the obstacle is the actual work. Sometimes that interruption, that delay, that discomfort, that is the work. The derailment is exactly the place where something is going to be birthed. It is that specific place where something essential is being asked of us, whether it be attention, humility, patience, courage, authenticity, or even truth. So the gift isn't the comfort, the gift is the clarity. It's showing us a lot of where systems are failing, where they do fail, where relationships have been conditional, and precisely where we've been standing on ground that has never been solid. And as I looked back on the videos of me homeless, it couldn't have become more clear. Obstacles strip away the illusions that we had, and the ones we didn't even know we were leaning into, really. They kind of force a loud reckoning with what has been sustaining us internally and externally. And I'm kind of watching this play out in real time right now because there is a woman I know who is homeless, and she has been homeless for 6 months in the same way that I was homeless. She is living in her car. And both of us know that what has looked like inconvenience, this is actually the revelation. What felt like a depletion was actually a call to reorient ourselves, because whatever we were holding ourselves in that container was not the container for us. And because we tend to get comfortable as humans and as women, we just believe that everything we put our minds to is going to be precisely the journey we should be on. This is not the case, and the universe will come around and strip everything from you. So when it seems like something is off track because you've been thrown to the wolves, you're literally being reoriented to be on track, starting from zero. You are at the starting point of the trail, and you are being asked to return to something completely more honest, more authentically you. And to be honest, I don't know any thresholds that announce themselves politely or quietly. Oh no, they sort of come at you, arriving as disruptions, delays, as moments where everything just stops working. Whatever you put your hand to just seems to fall to dust. The harder you try to hold it solid in a solid piece, it just continues to crumble. Why is that? Because that is not the container for you. And when this happens, it is key that that is the moment that God or the universe is telling you, this is where it stops working. The old way stops working, and it's time for your new way, except you don't know what that new way is. So if you're feeling exhausted, stalled, or undone lately, don't think of it as a failure. It might just be your initiation. And the gift, it's not what you are gaining, it's what you can no longer pretend to not see. But let's take this a little further, because we often mistake comfort as the gift, as if that ease, that relief is what we are meant to receive. But no, that comfort usually comes after the work and not before it. The gift is the confrontation. The gift is the disruption. The gift is the dismantling. The gift is the challenge, is the obstacle. It's that moment where what was familiar no longer stands. It just no longer holds. I think comfort is actually the reward. It is the result of having passed through honesty, authenticity, and comfort looks different for everyone. But it's definitely a truth that comes to us when we stop avoiding, when we stop pretending that the life we are living is the life meant for us. And once we stop propping up what was already collapsing, once we stop fighting against that and holding this ideal of ourselves, our past versions of ourselves, on a pedestal, as though that is the version of me that is supposed to navigate through this life and exist in this world. Once we've gone through accepting that and through that honesty, that brutal, raw honesty, that is when the comfort starts to come in. And it's not an external comfort. It is an internal comfort. And comfort isn't something that is given, but it's something that you settle into with yourself. And it's not going to arrive like a huge New Year's Eve firework. It's going to come in quietly, subtle, deep, and steady. It won't be numbing. It's not indulgent. It's just the sense that you're no longer at war with what you were. And sometimes that war is you against a version of yourself that you still want to exist, but cannot possibly exist because you've just gone through this major transformation. And there is no room for that version of you to exist. So if you are uncomfortable right now, it may not be because something is not working. It may be because something is working. And the gift has just not finished revealing itself yet.